Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Lynn Carey, and wanted to talk about parenting today, especially since Mother's Day is this weekend and Roe versus Wade. I don't even know what you want to call it. The issue, the agenda is happening right now, and I'm just coming off of like 2 weeks of my body being very symptomatic. Um, I just continued to put one foot in front of the other, rested more, tried to, sometimes I only let go when I have stuff stressing me out when my body breaks down because it makes me surrender. I got to that point. It's rare. I don't get to that point that often. I haven't been this low probably since July of 2020 when they locked us down again when I thought we were coming out of it and I knew we were in big trouble. Um, but I didn't label myself. I didn't say I had a cold. I didn't go get tested for something. I didn't go, find out if I have the latest disease that they created. I knew what I had. I knew my body was expressing all the stress I had in my mind. I was figuring certain things out. Trying to rebuild my life after these last 2 years. I've lost a majority of people in my life. My son has too. Being more isolated, not as many places to go, because just everything changed. And so we're in a rebuilding period and it's a little stressful. And I know when I let things get to me, my body breaks down. So I'm coming out of that. I just honor the process, and it was 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks I was feeling really crappy. And I just think it's funny because I always take a while to heal. And I know so many people, if they took that long, they run into the doctor, please fix me and tell me what's wrong because I cannot feel this way. Nobody surrenders to their pain. You have to surrender to the pain, right? It's teaching you. Your body's finding its way back to balance. Your mind is rebalancing. And it's funny because I felt my bursts of joy coming in last night over certain things that happened. And I'm like, oh, I'm back. I feel my joy because I just felt dark, just dark. And when those bursts of joy come through, that's when the life force is coming back stronger and better. And I think sometimes when you go through a period of darkness, you do come back clearer, stronger, more appreciative, and you're burning off stuff you don't need. You're burning off your old cells, your old energy, stuff, your old patterns. And I know that what was happening for me. So I honor the process, different way of thinking. And I think as we evolve, more people will be able to get into that state to appreciate it. And, and so I wanted to talk just briefly on the Roe versus Wade thing. I've always been pro-choice. It wasn't until these last 2 years where I saw the agenda behind the Roe versus Wade. We've been lied to about everything. And I am flabbergasted of the people. I know a few women personally who never ever spoke up or actually were wearing masks and all about the vaccine, They didn't care about that health freedom, but they're still about my body, my choice when it comes to abortion. It's really weird. There's a weird programming going on. I mean, does anybody think for themselves anymore? And I'm not all about the pro-life too, because you know what? I don't know, these people who think they're martyrs and righteous about not ending a pregnancy, they think this world's that great that they want to bring somebody in. I wanted to die every day personally. I was pissed that my mom had me. I don't think life is that great. And I still think we have a lot of work to do. And then when I got pregnant, thank God, I was in a place where I knew divine guidance versus I was out of the mainstream thinking. I knew divine guidance. And I was depressed every day because it was not a planned pregnancy, but I believe it was divine order because I don't think I consciously would have had a child because I didn't think you want to bring a child into this world. And everything happened so quick for me that I knew like something was telling me I was supposed to bring this child into the world. Even though I was depressed the whole time. I contemplated abortion, but it just didn't feel right because I knew divine guidance at that point in my life. I already had my awakening, my grace state. So I followed the divine guidance. And I think if people got down to following their divine guidance instead of what's righteous, or what the pro-lifers are saying versus what the pro-choicers are saying, what the matrix is saying. This is why we're so out of whack, because nobody is following their self-guidance, the God within. They're still looking to someone outside, even their pastor, their priest, to tell them what's right or wrong. Even these Christians, they're not, I feel the energy. They're not coming, they don't feel it from inside. Some people do, but it's an outside in forced purpose and righteousness. It's very off. But I just sat with my darkness when I was pregnant. I sat with the depressed feelings, the scared feelings I was having, because I didn't know if I could be a good mother. I didn't know if I could commit to somebody. Like, I'm very afraid of commitment. Maybe since losing my dad, when I knew everything's not permanent in life. And I saw mothers who shouldn't have been mothers, even in my own family, friends, like they shouldn't have. I don't know, a lot of people get married and have 2 kids and then they're trying to find themselves because they did everything that society says, and it's not right. I didn't want to be that. And thank God I ended up having my son because I followed my divine guidance. I knew the difference between my divine guidance and my rational monkey mind. And it's been the most amazing experience of my life. And it's funny, this Mother's Day weekend, my son doesn't call me mom. I never corrected him when he was a kid. He always called me Lynn. And I liked it because I don't have a good impression when I hear the term mom. I think of someone who's overbearing, interfering, they don't listen to you, gives you wrong guidance. That's kind of what I had. I wanted something different. And I didn't want to be like the normal parenting. I don't know. Even I can't relate to most mothers and parenting and all this stuff because I see moms wanting to get rid of their kids. They can't wait till their kids go back to school and their kids are hyper and they're still trying to schedule it's all about them and they got to do something with their kids. I don't know. I was in this grace state with my son. I felt his energy. I felt the grace because he was just this pure light coming from spirit world. And I wanted to absorb it all. I wanted to learn from him. I wanted to honor his freedom to stay in his Christ consciousness because we're born like that. We're born awakened until society shuts us down. And thank God I had the sense to have him at home. No drugs, no doctors, his whole life. No education system, no indoctrinating, no religion. I didn't have him baptized, and I came from a very Catholic family. I think my mom still prays the rosary today because he's not baptized. And I don't need all that nonsense. We just are. We come imperfect until society tells you you're not. And thank God I was able to just let him be. And I always asked him, well, why do you want it? What do you think that way? What do you want? And my son always knows what he wants. He always knew what he wants. He makes better decisions than adults today because he was allowed to stay in tune with himself. And I've been so blessed and honored to be a part of that he has chose me to share this journey with, because I've learned so much by how life could be from having my son and having this journey with him. And we enjoy life. We enjoy the small moments, and every day. We don't live in a rushed pace. The only downfall is that we have become isolated, and my son doesn't relate to most kids because most kids aren't living in that space, and he has a hard time relating to other people. And I hope now that I do believe there's an awakening happening. I think we were a little bit ahead of the curve because we found that bliss state, that outside the matrix life, before society maybe is catching on now, I hope. And maybe, it's preparing him. Hope he'll find his people soon. More people will be thinking like us, or, live in this state of awareness like we do. But it's been an amazing ride. And that's what I think about when I think of Mother's Day. I think how blessed I am to have my son, this soul, he's my favorite person in the world, show me so much and open my mind to how great life can be. That's what I got out of it. And the people who are, this Roe versus Wade stuff, if you're still believing it's my body, my choice, you need to dig deeper, because it's really some evil attached to it. It's about human trafficking or organ harvesting, really far gone things. And I don't think we're going to lose our right to early term abortion. It's not about that. It's these long-term abortion, just some evil stuff. You got to do your research and really dig. And it's uncovering how much corruption is going on in our governmental system too. It's just another layer. So open your mind and find your guidance. Find your truth within yourself. Really start listening and do your research and deprogram yourself from this outside media and world and matrix that we're in. Because man, I'm still peeling layers off too in so many things. It's a constant process to evolve and learn and grow. And that's what the journey is, right? Finding out, remembering who we are. So thanks for watching. I hope you all have an amazing day and an amazing rest of the week.